Community Games organisation is to decide tonight on whether the national finals will take place as usual in Mosney in County Meath. The holiday centre is currently being used to house around 500 asylum seekers, and organisers of the annual games have raised concerns over security if the finals go ahead there. The Community Games has held its finals in Mosney since 1973. More than 7,500 children are expected to take part in the national finals this week.
The Community Games will go ahead in Mosney. The announcement was made following a Games AGM in Tullamore today. The holiday centre is being used to house around 500 asylum seekers, which put a doubt over whether the annual Games will be held there this year. The Community Games has held its finals in Mosney since 1973. More than 7,500 children are expected to take part in the national finals this year.
Now to sporting events from a younger generation. Last weekend saw the ESB Community Games Special Activities Weekend take place at Mosney, where some of our up-and-coming young cross-country athletes competed for their All-Ireland titles. There were also events that gave children who might not get the opportunity to compete in the finals a chance to try them out.
Here I am at Mosney at the ESB Community Games Special Activities Weekend, where there's nearly 3,000 children competing from all over Ireland. This is a huge weekend for these children, with the emphasis on the learning and introduction of sport rather than competition. Not to say there isn't a bit of that either, with the All-Ireland cross-country and relays coinciding on the same weekend. So what's happening here?
We're going through an obstacle course for the Community Games.
And what's the worst part of it?
Walking the plank. On the plank, yeah.
What about the net?
That's the best. That's the best part, yeah.
And how's your team doing so far?
We joined Second.
After the fun and games of the obstacle course, it was on to the cross-country and relay races. As these are the All-Irelands for these children, the pressure and competitiveness of our future athletes definitely showed through. No messing around here, there was far too much at stake. First off was the mixed under-13 cross-country race. It got off to a great start, with the overall winner, Clare's Brian Markham, leading from the word go. A close finish between himself and teammate Paul Walsh secured the gold for their team, with Dublin's Paul Boylan coming in third. Brian, fantastic race. Was it difficult?
Yeah, it was the wind was strong and it was hard to run against it.
What was the most difficult part of the whole race?
Coming across the top of the hill when the wind was straight in your face and you weren't moving at all and you were sort of stuck in the same position all the time.
And of course, not forgetting the winner of the girls' division. Bethany Tuhig did her Dublin County proud, while Joanne English and Caroline Marinan took second and third. Next up saw the subs under-12 relay finals, with Kerry flying off at the start and holding that position throughout, but both Limerick and Wicklow are always close by. At the end, however, with a quick look back by Kerry and realising that he was well ahead, he could relax a little to cross that finish. By the next race, the tension was mounting as it was the girls under-12 relay. Once again, Kerry, who seemed to have a very strong squad at these games, powered their way to gain yet another title, showing strength throughout their team. But yet again, Limerick, Wicklow and Roscommon never made it easy for them. Coming up the last stretch, as a spectator I could only imagine the exhaustion these children must have felt, and the relief that it was all over once they were over that line. Well, you've done it! Are you knackered?
Yeah.
Your teammates must be delighted.
Yeah.
Did you expect to win here?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
And finally, it was the boys under-12s finals. Looking very professional, warming up and stretching, they prepared themselves for the hard task ahead, as all these children have trained very hard all year for these games. And they were off. Wicklow showed their strength in this race, with Monaghan and Clare never too far behind. Coming to the finish, it could have been anyone's, with Wicklow just pushing himself that extra bit to take the first place. To see children with such determination has to be a good sign for the future of athletics in this country. All in all, a very successful and fun weekend had by all. And who knows, we could be looking at the future Sonia O'Sullivan or Eamon Coughlin. Sally McArdle, TV3 Sport.
Good stuff. The Community Games still going strong at Mosney too. Now, over 3,000 young competitors took part in the second instalment of the ESB National Community Games last weekend in Mosney. By the time the participants reached the finals at the County Louth venue, up to 500,000 children had taken part at local, county and provincial level in 32 sporting and cultural activities.
Our Ireland's future sports stars showed their strength and potential at the ESB National Community Games finals in Mosney last weekend. In the girls' under-16 hockey final, Galway and Limerick battled it out for the top honours. With no goals scored in ordinary time, the game went into extra time and then into penalties.
We're in the extra time now. Time is over and it's a penalty shootout. Who's going to volunteer? Let the coach decide.
Galway's Sarah MacDonald scored the only penalty, giving the Galway team a 1-0 victory over Limerick. And after losing the final last year, Galway's success tasted even sweeter.
It was brilliant. It was a tough match. We lost last year on Sunday penalties, and this year it was our year, and it's great to win.
An action-packed athletics programme provided the centrepiece for the weekend. The young athletes looked to follow in the footsteps of Sonia O'Sullivan and Susan Smith-Walsh, who also competed in the community games. In the boys' 200 metres under 10, Dara O'Connell added another victory for Kerry's winning weekend. Running in the inside lane, Dara came off the bend with an impressive 5-metre lead.
I felt okay. It weren't too bad. I was kind of tired all right coming to the finish, but it was okay other than that.
Elaine Healy from Mayo struck gold in the under-12 100 metres, showing the strength of Ireland's youngest sprinters. Aideen Doyle from Wexford took second, with Aislinn Desmond from Kerry taking bronze. In the under-16 mixed hardcore tennis, Tipperary and Sligo were in the playoff, with Tipperary eventually getting the bronze, winning 2-1. Back at the athletics track, and Waterford claimed 2 victories in the distance events. In the 600 metres under 12, David McCarthy ran a great tactical race to take the lead with less than 200 metres to go to take the gold medal.
I was pacing it around with the other lads in front, and I just wanted to leave a little sprint at the end.
In the men's marathon, Waterford's William Hartman was running to defend his title and did so impressively with a 2-minute gap between him and Mark Lehan from Cork, who took second. With the level of competition at Mosney, the ESB National Community Games can claim its right to the title of a mini-Olympics. Sinead Kassan, TV3 Sport.
Yes, congratulations to them all. Now race.